Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. And this morning I come to you pre-sunrise, and as you can see, we've got the Opera House silhouetted there on this pinky grey sky, and as you can see, those colours are just glorious. Pink and grey go so well together. And it's a little cloudy this morning on this spring morning, but it's a glorious day. I'm sure this cloud will lift, and the wind, which may come through later on, will push those clouds away. But the water is still, it's a quiet morning. It's pre-sunrise, and it's just the magic hour which I recommend. You've got no idea how beautiful this time of the day is, and I recommend that everybody takes time to make the most of the magic hour, which is half hour before sunrise and half hour after sunrise. It's just peaceful. It's just so invigorating. It's an awesome way to start your day. Anyway, let's have a bit of a walk and talk, and we'll see if we can capture the sunrise popping up in 10 or 15 minutes time. And the topic that I want to chat to you about today is a message that I got from a book summary that I read just recently. The book is entitled Footprints to Success, and the author is Richmond Dihn. And his book is based on a lot of the material that Anthony Robbins talks about, with a bit of a modern twist, or a different twist. But I recognised a lot of the material in that book as being the sort of stuff that Anthony Robbins is well known for. But it's always good to get the same message delivered in a different format, with a different accent, with a different tone, with a different nuance. Because sometimes when one person says something, you may not get it, but when somebody else says the same thing just a little bit differently, it may mean the difference between joining all the dots and only joining a few dots. So continue to read is my advice. Continue to read. Continue to search for meaning and gain an understanding as best you can, academically and rationally, of the world around us, because there'll come a time where we'll need to tap into these resources to give us strength and to give us an ability to make sense of the many different challenges that are most definitely coming our way. Anyway, so the key point, or one of the key points that I got out of the book, is an interesting one, and I liked it a lot. And it's I think it's a psychological sort of standard, where he says, in terms of our human capacity and our need to be understood, and our need to stand out in the world, he says that the strongest force in the human personality, let me say that again, the strongest force in the human personality is to remain consistent with who you believe you are. How awesome is that? So, what does it all mean? It means many things to many different people, of course, but what it meant to me was that as humans, the most important thing that we have is being aligned to the picture that we have in our head in terms of who we think we are, our identity. I'll just walk around the other way. So how do we use this? I guess the important thing to understand is that our identity needs to be shaped by us. Our identity needs to be shaped in a way which is empowering, and we need to wrestle the definition of our identity from the people around us, from society, if those people are creating a definition or an identity for us which is not empowering, which is not appealing, which is not of our choosing. So what do you think of that? Yeah, too often people allow other people to define them and don't take it upon themselves to fulfill their responsibility to shape and define themselves in terms of who they are and make the most of it. Because I've got to tell you, if you leave it up to other people, the definition of you will be a bonsai version, will be a heavily pruned version, will be a sickly version. Unless these people are your parents, for example, or somebody who absolutely loves you and adores you, most people are going to put you down and basically point out your faults, point out the negative aspects of you, and not celebrate you in all your glory. So everybody's responsibility, and I mean everybody's responsibility, is to wrestle back from the people around them the definition of who they are, so that they can express themselves as that beautiful sunrise is starting to express itself over there, and to not be caught up in a definition of themselves which is not going to be pleasing and empowering to them. So we have a drive, as Richmond Dihn says in his book. We've got a drive to act consistent with the image that we have of ourselves in our own minds. So that image could be a strong image, or it could be a weak image. So here's the important challenge: that be careful of the image that you hold in your mind, your self-image. Because once you've captured an image, once you've photographed and captured that blueprint or the thing that you think you are, then you're going to spend the rest of your life, both consciously and subconsciously, acting out that part and wanting to be consistent with how you see yourself. And you don't want to be consistent with an image which is a negative image, or a weak image, or an image which doesn't allow you to express who you really are. That's very, very important. Let's just focus on that. Anyway, once we get around here, we'll see the sunrise popping up, hopefully, and we'll get to enjoy another beautiful Sydney sunrise. We've got some people here going for a bit of a run with their dog. What a way to start the day. How awesome is that? Morning.
Morning.
And I'm walking towards the sunrise, walking towards this beautiful image of the Opera House silhouetted on that golden dawn, that golden grey dawn. But even the gold and the grey go together. Not as well as the pink and grey or the crimson and grey, but it is pretty awesome. Anyway, so let's summarise what we just said. And the key summary from today's message is that people will do whatever they can to stay consistent with the image that they have in their mind, their map, a map of the terrain. So it's important to get the right map in your mind in the first place, and that map comes from our parents, our relatives, our friends. So make sure you're hanging out and you're socialising with people who are helping you build the best map, the best image of yourself. And not only the image of yourself as you are today, but also the image of who you can be in the future. Because, as we said, you'll be acting consistently with that image. So make sure that you build a strong, positive image to be able to move towards and to celebrate and enjoy. Because at the end of the day, we are responsible and accountable for our own futures. And we're all called to live the best life that we can and be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. Anyway, we're at the magic looking hole. Let's see what we can see this morning. And it is brilliant. It is glorious. Check this out. Check this out. Another beautiful sunrise across the Sydney Harbour. We've got Fort Denison out there. Bit of a cloud coming, a bit of a ripple coming through from the ferry that went past before. But check that out. Isn't that glorious? Be like the Opera House. Be like the Harbour Bridge. Be magnificent. And be consistent with that positive self-image that you've created, because we're all special, we're all created in the image of God, and we all have our aesthetic appeal. So celebrate it, move towards it, and as Richmond Dihn said in his book, we will all act consistently to move towards that self-image. So make sure that the self-image that you have in your mind is an empowering one, is one that will keep you driving towards it and, magnetically moving towards it. And it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to nobody else. It's not up to your parents anymore. It's not up to your partner. It's not up to your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, your school teachers, your mates. It's up to yourself to define the image that you have of yourself so that you can continue to act consistently and moving towards it. Anyway, take care everybody. Wishing you all the very best from this magnificent Sydney sunrise. And let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and stay consistent, most importantly. But even more importantly than staying consistent is to have a strong, positive self-image of yourself that you want to stay consistent with, and to wrestle the definition of that self-image to wrestle that definition away from society, away from other people, and to make you the definer of who you are with God's help, and to continue to grow and develop and become the best version of yourself that you can be, and to spend the rest of your days celebrating the glory of you, and to continue to grow, develop, live, learn, and pass it on. Take care, everybody. Yasas from Jim's 5am Club. Until we chat again, it'll be tomorrow morning, hopefully, God willing, from another location with hopefully another message of encouragement, empowerment to help us get through the morning, get through the day, and make the most of our now. Yasas, and bye for now.